Right. So, hello everyone. I'm about to start casting Tribal Warrior against the General. It's a best of 5 set. I'll just change that there to best of 5. And I've got the Night Panda as a co-caster with me.
Hey there.
Right, so let's go.
I'm just tagging everyone I imagine might be interested on Twitch. Oh, I mean Discord.
Cool. So, might be quite an even matchup. I think, generally speaking, Flushies are much stronger than Fast Castle on Arabia 1v1, of course, but and Tribal's got a very strong flush, but the other thing is Tribal tends to go full skirm and like general Fast Castle can do quite well, especially with Meso Civs and
Yeah, certainly two AIs with very different styles here.
for sure.
As you say, I think Tribal would actually be quite good against an FC Knight strategy.
Yeah.
It tends to make a lot of spears against that, but it's not as good as at countering the Eagles with militia line units. So I think, if I remember correctly, we have the first 3 games with Aztecs from
First 4 games, Aztecs.
from General. The first 4 games. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
that's very lucky Civ generation
yes.
for
Yeah.
the General there.
I agree. For sure. That's about the best chance they're going to get, really, against Tribal, I think. Yeah.
Certainly. The best, I guess the question in all of these games will be whether Tribal can do the damage in time. So, for anyone who doesn't know these AIs, Tribal Warrior is a fairly old AI, which has been around since many years. I think like 6, 7 plus years, something like
I
that.
think it's since 2016, if I remember correctly. I think.
All right.
But,
And it's
Yep.
and it has been one of the top AIs for most of that time,
Yep.
due to some decent macro and the fact that it goes so much for skirmishes, which traditionally is pretty strong in the AI meta, and it goes pretty all in feudal skirms, usually for quite some time. Doesn't stop production for quite some time, and it also tends to build a forward tower whenever it feels like it's ahead. And this forward tower it will wall in, which AIs also often have a lot of trouble with, since it might send units to kill the tower, which is then inaccessible. So it's kind of an exploit AI, you could say, in that sense. It's strong, but it's even stronger because it takes advantage of some of the built-in weaknesses that most AIs tend to.
Yeah, I think I heard from Esty that Tribal was actually designed to fight against other AIs, since Adet and Farron are fighting humans as well and that. But yeah, so that's one thing that makes Tribal difficult, is that he is designed to fight AIs. The other thing is I think that
What is?
yeah, go on.
I was just gonna say it's also just an overall good AI. Like it's got a Assault Dark Age and it doesn't do a lot of suicidal moves.
Yeah, and I think it's own.
Pretty
Yeah, go on.
pretty finished AI in that sense. I would say the only sort of bugs or weaknesses you could point to would be that it sometimes has bit less effective way of using its military on DE, where as on user patch, like it will sometimes get stuck attacking buildings on DE and be a bit over scared of towers. I think this is something Esty has tried to get around, but I'm not sure if it's.
I noticed the same thing with it's the same issue with Adet and Farron. With these being overly scared of towers thing, so it definitely seems to be a DE issue. Now, although I think it's recently Adet and Farron have become more strong than Tribal, but I think it's quite a recent thing because although Adet and Farron are newer AIs, Tribal, because it's the first AI from Esty, it's been worked on for a very long while, right? Had a lot of updates, which I think is one of the reasons it's still so strong. It's been refined so much, right? I also think that if there are any similarities between the General and Tribal, despite them being so different, it would be that neither of them do like an all-in-one TC move. Like there are some AIs that stay on one TC and go very all-in. And also, neither of them are particularly boomy either. They're kind of both in the middle. They start with aggression in Castle Age and then they add TCs afterwards. They both kind of do that in the middle between boomy and one TC.
Can I have you toggle the down in the right corner the numbers there? Can you toggle that once? I'd like to see the eco efficiency.
Yeah, here we go.
Not just the last minute, but overall.
Yeah.
All right.
A good
so
tab.
we see the general actually being quite a bit ahead. So the latest updates from Leif Ericson has certainly made it more efficient in Stargate, which should help because the most important thing for the general is to get a fast castle timing here. Like 1 minute can be game deciding.
For sure, it's all about who gets to do the early damage, really, isn't it?
So maybe we should present the general for anyone who doesn't know this AI. It's made by Leif Ericson. Tribal Warrior is made by Esty. And the general so far will go fast castle every single game. I know from Leif that this is not the long-term plan, but so far this is the only strategy it goes for. With Meso Sifts it goes fast castle into Eagle Warriors, and with Cavalry Sifts it will go fast castle into Knights. So here we'll see a fast castle into Eagles. And obviously it has strengths and weaknesses. The main weakness is that it will die to a well-executed flush. If anyone goes full arches, then will micro them well, or a strong scout or men-at-arms rush might kill the general before it gets to Castle Age. But skirmishers, they don't pack as much as a punch against villagers. So
for sure, yeah, and that's the one reason why Farron. I think, like Farron and Adet both switch into archers, but if I remember correctly, I don't think Tribal, even on the way up, I'm not sure Tribal ever does archers in feudals, which might make a difference. Yeah.
I don't think it does, no.
Yeah.
So on your point before about Tribal also adding TCs, that is correct. However, compared to Pharaoh and AIs like Chromia and Rehoboam, it does add them quite a bit later.
Yes, it doesn't prioritize them as much, and I think Generals does the same thing. General prioritizes Eagle and Knights and then adds TCs. But that's what I mean is, I think neither of them are particularly boomy or particularly all in. They're both a bit of both. They're kind of in the middle.
Right. Looks like we have some action here. We have the general little like 1.5 minutes away from Castle Age here, and the first units from Tribal coming in. Tribal wanted to build a rather ambitious tower, but it changed its mind. Probably gonna
I'm glad it changed its mind.
Gonna place it a bit further back, I'd imagine. But it seems like Tribal went around the original tower of the general, which is good for Tribal. Obviously, it's able to idle the berries and some farms, which again is very important at this stage, because the general will need a lot of food for upgrades on its Eagle Warriors here.
And because skirms do so little damage to villagers, idling the eco is really what you do with them, isn't it? That's the only way you can really damage the eco with small numbers of them. But these eagles are going to be a real nuisance to skirms. And generals already.
I'm not sure why. Yeah, I don't understand where the military of tribal is.
I'd expect it to have more.
Part of the time it should have. Yeah. Can you check the KD? Maybe it lost a lot of units somewhere.
It's lost 4 units. 5 now.
I
think it might also be because it's got a civ with it's got a civ with no eco bonus. Might partly be it, but it's got a men. It went men at arms as well. I didn't know that.
Okay.
I didn't know tribal even did men at arms.
I didn't know that tribal was able to do that.
Me either.
It may be.
That will have delayed it. Yeah.
I mean, it's a very. It's the best thing it can do here.
It's switched. It's doing it to counter eagles.
Usually at this point it would have.
More army.
Usually it would have a lot more units at this point.
Absolutely,
so, I'm a bit confused.
And the only thing I can think of is that maybe its Dark Age wasn't the best, or just because it's not got a civ eco bonus. I don't know. But I think even with a generic civ, it would normally have a lot more units out, wouldn't it? So maybe its Dark Age wasn't the best.
Portuguese have some.
Well, they have like
right?
They have like cheaper gold units, but it doesn't really apply to skirms, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it also researches text faster.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Feudal Age and wheelbarrow and these things.
Oh, I didn't know that applied to Age Up.
It's just wheelbarrow and handcart actually.
Yeah.
I think it's probably just those two and other eco upgrades and technologies.
Yeah. Well, it is doing the right thing now, but it does feel like a late, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, 5 minute arms here. One thing I have noticed about the general is that it tends to throw its eagles in like one at a time. So if it does that, it would definitely give tribal a chance to take advantageous fights.
Yeah.
At this point, tribal is a bit too scared of attacking the eagles.
Yeah, and also 5 minute arms is going to slow down your castle time quite a lot.
I don't think the eagle upgrade is in. Can you check?
I think it is. Yeah, it is. But
obviously, I'm a bit behind the stream.
Right. Oh, true. Right, yeah, but only +1 armor, +2 coming in now.
Yeah, because we see the villagers actually being able to take decent fights against the eagles. But
it might not have had it. It might not have been in then. Yeah. Yeah, that's mainly the lacking armor as well. Yeah.
Tribal is way too passive with its military here.
Yeah.
Because it has
more than enough
of army to completely kill all the eagles, but it's letting its villagers die for no reason here. It's looking very good for the general.
Neither AI managing its armies particularly well, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Tribal actually goes for archers as well here. I guess either these are updates or it just never faced the fast castle Eagle Warrior rush in the games I've watched.
Yeah, I think it must be that. I guess it has, like I said, it has been worked on for many years, so I guess it's not surprising that it does have an Indian strategy. It's just, I've not seen it either, to be honest. Yeah. So it could be a new update.
Alright. Find out what how well its micro with men-at-arms are. It's 10 villagers behind and it hasn't clicked Castle Age yet, so it really needs to do a lot of damage here to even things out. This looks to be a good fight for Tribal.
For sure.
But shouldn't retreat here.
I was just checking if General was adding any TCs yet, but neither of them. They both prioritize military first, and then they go into boom afterwards.
Tribal's retreating rules are really hurting it here. It could have won that fight easily, but it just it doesn't fight with its units.
I
think this
because obviously
will go to the general.
With equal numbers, men at arms are very cost effective against eagles, aren't they? So you don't want to be so scared.
Eagles, they get
exactly.
They get a lot of attack bonus.
It's something like +6 against eagles or something like that.
I think
maybe even more.
Yeah. I think that attack was the main chance of Tribal getting back into this game. I don't think. Now we see the general taking into crossbows.
And general's adding TCs now.
Unless the general makes a big mistake within the next 5 to 10 minutes, I don't really see a way back for Tribal here.
And because general's adding TCs now, the villager difference is only going to get even bigger, isn't it? Well, adding 2, yeah. Because Tribal's not even in castle. So.
And we also see Tribal have 2 minutes of idle TC time here, which is, let's see, it's equivalent to about 5 villagers. So,
not good, yeah.
That has also hurt it a bit.
It's probably because it was panicking a lot.
Tribal's DNA to make military over villagers.
That too.
Oh, it does have wheelbarrow, however, Tribal, which general is
right
now. So.
But it wouldn't count as idle TC though, so it must have the.
No.
Yeah, but it does have. But it does have a few. So it's like it's more like 48 bills rather than 45 then. But yeah.
Tribal losing 11. Oh, I think Tribal lost the bill to a boar actually, or a wolf. Because if you check the eco kill, you can see it lost 1 more bill than the general kill.
Yeah.
So that may be part of why Tribal seem to have a bad start.
Yeah, it could have been a bad Dark Age. Yeah. And Tribal's.
Let's see if Tribal actually fights this time, or if it keeps retreating. Looks to be a bit better here for Tribal. However, now we have crossbow for the general, which
poor Tribal's very unlucky to face so many Aztecs from the general first of all game. Yeah.
Also, Tribal actually did quite a cute micro with its archers with some hit and run. The only issue is that the archers doesn't really do any damage against the eagles, right? They do 1 damage on each shot. So it would have been much better for the archers to attack the crossbows and the men-at-arms to attack the eagles. All things considered, it was actually still a good fight for the general. Tribal needed to more than just trade units 1-to-1 here.
And they both have wheelbarrow now. We can see that they got 26 more villagers for 27 more for general. So big lead.
Yeah. Yeah, this really should be the general's game.
If general loses, it won't be through eco, or it will be. It have to make a serious error. I can't think of one big enough. Yeah. Because like general can take loads of eco damage and still be ahead in eco, right? So. I guess
general do sometimes tend to make a bit too little military. In like mid-castle age where it's transitioning to the build.
Yeah, it seems to go from one to the other, doesn't it? Yeah. I think that if Tribal's to win this,
way back for
then
Tribal.
It could be that not enough military, but also if it goes to late game, eventually tribal will eventually catch up economically if it goes on long enough, right? So if general's too passive, that's another way. But yeah,
one of the things that I spoke to Leif Ericson around recently is general's macro in Castle Age, where it sometimes will over prioritize upgrades before it has any units to upgrade. For instance, now we see it actually has very good upgrades for its ranged units, but it only has 4 ranged units, so it's like at this point it would be better to have twice as many crossbows than maybe skip the armor upgrade or the Butkin arrow.
Yeah. There's no point in having upgraded units if you've got no units, right? But yeah.
No, it's not that bad, this game, I mean, but it will sometimes make like 2 skirms and then do full upgrades.
Another thing I've noticed is it will sometimes go, it always adds skirms even when, like, if the enemy's not got any archers, it doesn't really call it all for it. It will add skirms anyway. I think that I remember seeing there was a close game it lost because it teched into elite skirm for like no reason. So I think that's another issue, but that only really matters in closer games.
Yeah, actually in this particular game, elite skirm is a very bad choice. I'm not. I think it might be to counter the archers, but it's like objectively a bad choice here.
Yeah,
because you already have eagles against the archers.
Exactly. Why make a second count unit?
The only thing the only thing the skirm does is basically the same as the archer, just worse.
Yeah.
And you use a lot of
and also
extra resources.
The elite skirm upgrade's been increased as well. The cost for it's been increased as well. I think it's really quite a pricey upgrade nowadays, isn't it? You need a good reason to use it, really.
Yeah, it seems like the general has some eco balance issues here. It's got 1,000 wood. Not sure what that's all about.
Yeah. Still looking very good for the general. But yeah, I think that the only way I can think of tribal winning this now is if the game goes on for very long, and that can only happen if general's too passive, really, or too wasteful with its army. But
is the general building any farms? Can you check whether the general is building new farms?
Doesn't seem to have added many new ones. It's only got 16 farms in total. It's starting to seem like it might be a bug. Yeah. Like this wood's supposed to go on farms. Yeah, of course that's another way tribal could win is if general bugs out, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically the only way tribal comes back here.
Yeah. Because I think when you get a lead big enough, you can be as wasteful with your army as light, and it's still cost effective, right? So at this point, it doesn't even really matter if general just throws things in the TC.
At this point, it's
it's just very over.
At this point, it seems pretty clear that the general is bugging out.
That as well.
So the question is whether it can defend from this push, because if it can. And the general won't have any more food this game when its farms run out. Then I guess tribal can come back in this game.
And another thing is sometimes AIs suddenly unbug, so there is that. I've seen that where all of a sudden general lays down like 20 farms. That might happen at some point, or it might stay stuck.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the general uses the building savings system of the game with escrow, they call it. So I think this might be some rule where the general tried to save up for some particular building or upgrade, and that saving up blocks it from using its wood for farms. I'd imagine it's something like that.
Strange, because it could have been handcart, but handcart's come in and it's building a mill, but let's see if it adds farms. It's building extra mills, but not farms around them. So, Like, look, it's got 4 extra mills. As well as
it could be. It
but
could
no
be some.
function.
Yeah, it could be hand card, and it just never gets the food because it's spending the food on bills and other things, right?
It just got. Oh no.
Theory.
No, it's not got hand cart. It was Tribal that got hand cart. My bad. Yeah, so it could be. It could actually be that it's trying to save a hand cart, but it can't because it keeps making bills. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I just deleted a mining camp because there was no more golds. That's cool.
Yeah. So Tribal.
Are there any more units attacking Tribal?
So Tribal's actually got more army at the moment. It seems to have Generals really seems to be bugging out bad, which is quite sad because he was winning.
Also, oh, we have hand card getting researched.
Well, we'll see.
So our theory might be. Doesn't look like our theory was correct about hand card being the difference maker.
Yeah, 'cause it's not laying unless it's. Oh no, that's. Yeah. We don't know. It's a mystery, but it's not. It's looking like quite a serious bug at this point because it seems to have stopped making military as well.
Yeah.
It's not good. Look at that, Tribal's almost got double the military now. It's a very severe bug.
Yep.
Game can change the whole outcome of the game, the bug.
Yeah. I don't think the military of Tribal is something that can really challenge the general in the next 10 minutes.
No, because of you should wait for Imp.
When Tribal gets fully boomed and gets the Imp, yeah, then it's just a matter of time really, because the general. I guess it's actually getting it's actually getting Imp now, the general, because it's fully boomed, so it doesn't spend its food on bills anymore. And I would imagine that it's buying food. Did you check the market prices?
Where do I check that?
You just click on a market. Oh yeah, maybe there. If you can click on a market.
Maybe there isn't a way to do it.
I'm not familiar with Capture H.
Yeah, there must be some way to do it. I don't know how
I'm sure there are. Maybe you can click the Capture H icon or something and some statistics. Or something.
Oh right, yeah, that might be a good way to do it.
It's a bit hard for me to help you since I'm like half a minute behind, right? So.
Sure. I'm sorry, folks. I've never done that on Capture H. Yeah.
But also, actually, you can just if you're in Capture H, you should also have the game open, right? Then you could go to the game
good
and
idea.
check
Good
there
idea.
what the market prices are.
Good idea. That's probably how it's normally done. Yeah.
And we actually see both AIs getting Imp.
It's not showing me.
At the same time here.
I click on the market. It's not showing me. It's because it's a wreck.
You have to be on the point of. Oh, but in the original game, I know how to do it though. You just have to get the score up, and then you click one of the icons next to the score, and one of those icons will bring up the market prices.
That right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. So wood by 26, sell 14. Food by 274, sell 148.
Oh yeah, 274. Yeah. So we have probably had the general buy a shit ton of food here.
So it's trying to compensate.
130, right?
Yeah,
I would imagine it's bought food like 10, 20, 30 times maybe this game.
Because it's only got 9 farmers. So, yeah.
Tribal throwing a lot of units away to the castles here, but it's probably gonna take take down a castle with the amount of rams it has. Oh, here come the eagles. There is quite some army here for the general. He's buying enough food to get quite a bit of army. So. I wonder if the other two next games are gonna be the same way as this.
Yeah, if it was a bug every time. I know that they all went on for rather long.
This last minute was very good for the general.
Yeah.
Took a very good fight under his castle.
But it could have been over ages. It could have been over ages ago. That's for sure. Yeah.
However, tribal is still booming here, and when it gets like fully boomed and is fighting against an 8 farm
economy, yeah. And it's got 14,000 food banked up. It could do with selling some of that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of idle wood. Sorry, I said food. I meant wood. It's got 15,000 wood banked up. Yeah.
The thing about the market also is that it's getting worse and worse, right? 270, I think the buying price was before. That's a lot. Like, then it's probably not even worth it unless you have some very important upgrade.
Probably worth selling some wood though when you've got that much banked up. Even for just the minimum. Oh god, that's a lot of wood.
In general, it does have some very good castles up. Like, it has hills and castles and everything, so...
Yeah, the castles...
Tribal needs a really strong push to ever get through this.
Needs trebs and bombard cannons, really.
Speed up the game a little bit.
Yeah, I'll try.
I think you can speed up the game a bit here.
Yeah, I will.
Just like one
Capture
time.
is just tend to lag for me more than the game does, but should be okay.
Oh, you only want to do it. You only want to click it once. Otherwise, it'll just slowly go up to 8 times faster.
Right.
I think we want it like
that.
I'm not sure what the starting speed is, but but yeah, I'd imagine this will be a stalemate for quite some time. At some point, the last of the general's farms will run out, and it won't. At this point, there's no more gold for it to collect either, so it can't really get any more food or gold.
It's huge.
It should just be a matter of time, but it might be a very long time because Travelers does not have enough rams to push the castle.
Tribal's been really, and it's only got castle age rams as well, despite being limp. And it's really not doing a good job. Yeah, needs to wait till it's got more rams and better rams, or it could just go.
It is hard, you know.
Yeah, for an AI especially. AI struggle with towers and castles a lot.
Even for a player, like feeling like you're bunched into a corner. It's just it's a bit hard when you have castles right outside your farms like that.
That's true. It's taking a lot of map control. I think it's safe to say that General would have definitely won this game, and a while ago, if it wasn't for the big bug that it had.
What is Tribal doing? It's not using its resources here. Is it saving for some big tech, maybe?
Both AIs bugging out. Oh man.
Yeah. This is potentially very good for Tribal though. It's got a hill repairing that ramp, so it. You only need one ramp to take down a castle if that ramp doesn't die, right? So.
True.
Also, just a single trap from Tribal here. Huge. Alright, we have one Eagle Warrior left for the General. When that Eagle Warrior dies, it may not have any units that can kill the rams anymore. Alright, first castle down. I think
these castles are
up.
These castles are on a hill as well.
Unless the General... Yeah, but unless the General makes any farms at any point.
Yeah.
I don't see
38,000 wood banked
any
up.
other way of this game.
38,000 wood banked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cat Rum's gonna speed things up a lot. These are elite organ guns as well. I think it's over. Unfortunately for the general, they basically lost this because of a bug. A critical bug.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really very unfortunate. But I mean, it's
it happens. I guess it could have been
anyway.
it could have been tribal bugging, couldn't it? So, I mean, it seems like he is now. He's not spending his food or gold, but I guess it's over anyway.
It is producing organ guns though. It is spending some of it.
Yeah, I guess it's not really producing
I mean,
any vills or food units, so that's why the food's banking up. Yeah. Yeah.
I think tribal being an older AI should also increase the chance that rare bugs will have been fixed, right?
Mhm.
Oh, I totally forgot to check the chat. We have live.
Alright, I forgot to check as well.
You can comment on the game.
Oh wow, yeah. There is a lot.
Let's see.
Yeah, there's a lot to catch up on.
Live. This is recorded. This is recorded games live, so we can't use taunts to check the as well mods. Oh, and he noticed. Okay, never mind. we're a bit behind chat here.
I completely forgot. I think I've gotten used to not having anyone in chat for a while, and then of course you tagged everyone, and now it's full. Oops. Sorry, folks. Yeah, the co-caster is the TheNightPanda.
Yeah, I'm the TheNightPanda, author of Rehoboam and Panda Tutorial AI. Yeah, I haven't seen it happen either live in any of the test games I've done with General. Let's hope it's not happening in the other games. Okay, we have some lag on the
Capture Age, yeah.
I thought it might just be me, but
no, it's Capture Age is lagging for me.
Screaming Coos has it. Okay.
It's my PC finds Capture Age a lot more difficult than the game.
Alright. Well, you can if you send me the recs, I can also run the stream if that's easier.
Then there will be less.
Should be powerful enough to do.
And I can co-cast.
Sure.
Yeah, I see. When I try and put it on fast speed in particular, it kind of just lags. But also,
yeah,
it's the large amount of army.
That might be it. I don't think it lagged before that.
No.
Right,
It's that, but it, yeah.
I
think this is
a win here.
Yeah. Poor general. Yeah. So, do you want to cast the next one? Because I think that.
For win tribal.
Pardon?
Win for tribal.
Yeah.
Leif says he thinks the maximum time size issue is preventing farm construction.
Ah, I see. Yeah, I never get lag in the game, but with Capture Age I do. I don't know why, but yeah, it's usually only like late game or when there's lots of units, or it's if I speed it up. Yeah, so.
Alright, let's try run the second game on normal speed, and if there's no lag, then you can just continue the stream, right? And if it keeps lagging, we can
yeah,
you can change the viewpoint to me.
Yeah, and yeah. So then I can co-cast. that was the first one, Portuguese. Now it's... I mean, if Gemal is getting these bugs with Aztecs, then it might be a new bug, right? But, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. You said all the games were fairly long.
It didn't feel like there were any short ones. Yeah, but it could also be because I think they are quite... Yeah. But Tribal seem to have a bad Dark Age as well, so it could also just be that these other games are closer, right?
Yeah. Alright, let's see. We're in game 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it lagged a bit in the start, but it seems to be fine now for me, at least. So
Yeah.
please write in the chat if there is any lag on your end. Otherwise, we will just continue.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. It's something I get with Capture Aid.
1-0 for
I
Tribe.
did it, and this is another issue I'm having, is I have to put it in every time. If I go to settings, testing,
yeah, we should have shortcut hotkeys for stuff like this, right?
I think there are some. I just don't know.
Procaster.
I just don't know them. Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm more of a
Let's see
noobcaster than the
let's see if
procaster.
the worker efficiency will. Let's see if the worker efficiency will be in the general's favor, like last game, because I think it was like 7 to 10 points in the general's favor last game, which might have been an indicator for Tribal having a bad start. Also, we have Tribal with a Civ with a much better eco bonus here in Britons.
For sure, yeah.
Probably possibilities for a better start for Tribal here.
Yep. I think that Tribal's Dark Age isn't as good as a Det or Farron, but it's still pretty decent. I think it might have less DEC and stuff because it's an older AI, but it's obviously had some updates. But correct me if I'm wrong, Esty, but
as much of the same actually.
Alright. I
know it doesn't use DEC for mining camps, but it definitely does so for deer luring can only be done with DEC and
that's true, yeah.
I'd imagine it also uses DEC luring force. The built-in system is just once you know DEC, it's not really easier to use.
And I think that bug with ball luring only happens. That was introduced in the patch. It only happens with the built-in system, doesn't it? It doesn't happen with DEC. You know when the
yeah, exactly.
Tribal's having the frozen scout bug that we've seen a few AIs have. It was Shadow had it.
I can tell you exactly what happens here. It's a very simple bug. What happens is that when you're lure a deer, you want to position yourself in the tile right behind the deer from the point of the TC, right? So right now the scout is trying to place itself on a tile which is outside the map. And when when a command is given for the scout to go to a location which is inaccessible, then the scout freezes. So this is just what happens here. So at the moment this deer moves to a tile away, you see right there.
Yeah.
Then it will continue the deer lure. So
yeah, so it wasn't idle for too long, thankfully.
Yeah. I think the way to get around this bug, I haven't really tried fixing it myself because it's like the deer will just move, it's not a big deal. But if you wanted to fix it, it would be something like doing a test to see if the tile that you're looking at is on a coordinate outside of the map, and if it is so, then instead of moving the scout behind the deer, you would simply just move the scout to be at the like on the deer, if that makes sense. Because that might make the deer move to a square where you no longer
can
have
you
a
use
problem.
the because I don't know what you can and can't do with DUC, but I know that like something that Huang does and some other players do is you can use the follow hotkey, right? In order to lure deer. Maybe that's something you could do with DUC. I don't know.
I don't think that would be helpful in this particular setting. Actually, deer luring, once you know how to do it with DUC, is extremely simple. You can do it with one single rule, luring the deer. Killing the deer takes a bit of extra rules, but the luring of the deer can be done in one single rule. It's very simple once you know how to do it. All right, let's look at the worker efficiency. We have a much more even game. We even have tribal. No, actually, the general has
it's pretty close.
A bit more.
But it was like it's like 1%, so
it
the
also
10%
has more
difference.
villagers working at this point.
Yeah.
So worker efficiency is very close. So probably gonna be a closer game. A bit of a better start for tribal, or a worse start for general. And judging from the minimap, I think tribal found all its resources. I can't see anything that is actually released.
So the scout being frozen for a bit it's going to delay the scouting a bit, but tribal should find the general before it's going to attack anyway.
Yeah. I would say for a skirm or archer rush, you want to attack around 14 minutes usually as a human. I think that's around the timing that tribal would want in this game as well. Maybe even slightly earlier, because it's against the fast castle strategy, right? But,
yeah.
But you also want to have a few numbers, so your units just won't get picked off by a scout or a villager, right? So something around 40
something
minutes.
I saw from Barbarian is if the enemy's producing army, he attacks much later than if the enemy isn't. If the enemy isn't, he attacks like really fast, like just with like 3 or 4 units, right? But if the enemy's building army,
most AIs will have
it waits for superior.
The way most AIs do this. Yeah. Most AIs will know how many military units the enemy has. It won't know which units, but it will know how many, and it will compare this to the number of its own units and use that difference to determine when to attack. That's like the most simple version of how AIs.
Is it true that if the enemy garrisons its units in its buildings with the gather point, then the AI can't count the superiority numbers? Then is that true?
I have not heard about that. I would imagine it not being true, but I can't rule it out.
It's something worth to check.
I haven't heard about it.
Because that could be an exploit where you could make your AI garrison its units for longer, so the enemy AI thinks it's got less than it has and stuff.
Where did you hear that? Because I haven't heard about it.
I can't remember. It might not be true, so worth checking. I don't know if it counts the. I guess I want to know. I want to know if it counts units inside enemy buildings or not.
Alright, so this is 14 minutes, and at this point, Tribal already has more units out than it had at 16 minutes the last game. So certainly a much better start here.
Definitely.
It is, however, not attacking. It is following the scout of the general, which is very, very good for the general. Like, those skirms could have been in the general space at this point.
So the general's got untouched eco.
Not totally untouched. It looks like Tribal is sending units there. If you look at the minimap.
It wants to build a tower. Again.
Yeah, the general built a very, very, a tower very far away from its TC here. But the fact that Tribal's army isn't together means that the general can just kill the scout and the spear and continue chopping. So that chasing of the the general scout really hurt Tribal's attack here.
For sure.
And the
because those skirms could have been idling the gold vills and stuff.
Yeah, and the vills won't build the tower as long as they're attacked by an enemy tower. So,
so that's bugging that out, yeah. That's...
Yeah. Alright, let's see. Tribal has about a minute or so to make damage here, but now the general has had time to get some eagles out, so the question is if any damage can be done here.
Yeah, you need a lot of skirms to fight eagles.
Yeah, I think this might be enough eagles even to kill all the skirms here.
Yeah, Tribal doesn't even want to... I think it'd probably be better taking the fight, because by the time the skirms get back to the base, they'll be dead anyway.
Yeah, unless the general decides to go back again. Actually, we see Tribal with some micro here. Not really. Not the best micro.
If Tribal added in some archers, then that would have been... I mean, archers, they don't do great against eagles, but they do a lot better against eagles than skirms do, right?
Tribal is not on gold here, which means that it can't do men-at-arms.
Yeah, that's quite strange. It's not on gold.
Men-at-arms upgrade, and it also did forging, but it's
Oh. And this is the right version of Arabia as well, but it's got really quite some... Looks like it was having trouble finding the gold, but I don't know why it's not used its main gold. Because it found it off. For some reason it's not using the main gold. It's going all the way to this one. Quite strange. Yeah, I don't know why Tribal has a phobia of its main gold this game, but apparently. I think it was supposed to be on gold for a long while. Hopefully it's going to use this market to get up.
Leif is saying in the chat that checking the military population of the opponent should not be affected by garrisoning.
Oh, okay. Cool. So that's good then, because that would be a way to an exploit, wouldn't it?
Alright, the general seems to be attacking now.
It's funny, the general's towers being placed far away sometimes helps it, because it dissuades the enemy a lot, but sometimes not so much, yeah.
Yeah, and it was kind of a lucky bad move by the general placing it there. Against the human or a smarter AI trush, it would still have it wouldn't really have done anything. Here it was quite decent. So we have 3 men-at-arms, 4 men-at-arms for Tribal here, and this should be enough because the general has this this TC avoidance code, which is how would you say, non-dynamic. It will always retreat once it gets within range of the TC, which means that the units might just run back and forth. The eagles here. Also means that they won't die as fast, but they won't do as much damage either. So.
Yeah, I'd say Tribal's doing better this game than last game, but General is going to eventually start adding TCs, so the fact Tribal's so far from the castle age is going to be an issue for them. Close field count at the moment, but General is already in castle age, so not really.
Yeah, and the general already have more villagers again than Tribal here, so it must have killed quite a few.
And the idle TC time as well is actually it's a lot better for Tribal, but he's still, so he really must have lost quite a lot. Let's see. Okay, so Tribal's killed 0 Vitals and General's killed 11. So That's the difference maker.
Yep. But still, it's I wouldn't say Tribal is out of this. It's making the right units here.
Gemel's booming now, but the question is, that might slow down its... We've seen it slows down its military production when it starts booming, it seems.
I would say the General should win this game.
Yeah.
That's a buck like last game, or a good push from Tribal could still make a comeback here. It's not gonna get Castle Age within the next few minutes though. 50 food.
I don't know what Tribal's banking up some, but it's got 322 stone that's not used. Probably wanted to add more additional towers, maybe.
I guess it. Yeah, it probably detected that it was behind the military, or at least in a bad situation militarily, and wanted to make towers, and then maybe it detected that it was suddenly ahead in military again and didn't need the towers. That would be my theory, but I don't really know any of the code within Tribal, so it might be something completely different.
I'd sell 100 stone to help go up, but
it may also just be the fact that it tried to build a forward tower but didn't get to finish it.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well.
Had more,
maybe wanted to add more towers.
Stone to get enough for TCs. Alright, so this attack quite similar to the last game. However, Tribal seems to be bugging out less in terms of retreating with the units here. So it's taking a much better fight.
It also seems to be less eagle numbers this time as well.
Yeah, mostly just because Tribal's units are actually fighting, right? So last time the Eagles survived because Tribal kept retreating and shouldn't.
Tribal's actually has mixed in some archers. So.
Yeah, which is good, right, against the... Or at least it's better than...
Probably because it's Britons, yeah. Also, being Britons will have helped get more ranged units out because of the faster producing ranges, right?
This game, the General is making more like the military that it should. It's not underproducing military.
Yeah.
It's very good here.
So it's able to boom behind. Yeah. I think last time it added two. I think it added 2 CCs at once, so it's gone up to 2. It's added 1 TC less, so that might help it. Because probably going up to 3 TCs made it struggle more to.
I think it's fairly similar to last game so far in terms of when it placed down its TCs. It may have made the third slightly earlier.
I think it made the second and third together, but I could be wrong.
So this game, a very comfortable lead for the General here.
I mean, the main issues. Tribal did manage to get to Castle Age at 29 minutes last game, so it's considerably later this game than last game to Castle as well.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's made a lot more men-at-arms.
It made much more. And skirms. It made 18 skirms this game, at least. And last game it made like 7 or something. But yeah, we see a lot of farmers for the General here. And if that number continues to climb,
I think it already has more than it did. I think it only went up to 16 last game before. Yeah.
It may have had more.
Oh yeah, it just lost some.
But you know, the early farms will.
Yeah, it's adding more than 1 TC round the new. Adding more than 1 farm around the new TCs. Yeah, that's good.
I think if the farm number gets to 30, I think Tribal's chances of getting back into this game disappear with that.
And it looks like Jamalee's replenishing the farms here that ran out as well, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Tribal's so late to castle. I think his only chance was General bugging it again, but does have a lot of men-at-arms, but General can just boom.
So was it the fifth game which had cavalry set for the general?
Yes, fifth game's Huns for the General. And the first four all Aztec, yeah.
So Tribal will have to win at least one more game against Meso. So it does know how to make the militia line, so it should still be able to do this if it just...
It's getting up to castle that's the issue, yeah.
Yeah, I would say the main issue for Tribal has been the initial attack for these games. Like the first game, it had a bad... Something went wrong, which severely hindered its eco production, and the second game, it simply chased that eagle for so long that
its attack was delayed, yeah.
It hit the general 2 minutes later than it could have had, and that makes obviously a huge difference against...
I mean, it was hitting the general by the time they were already up to Fast Castle, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to idle the key thing against a Fast Castle is you want to idle their gold economy, don't you? If you can't kill Vils, you want to at least stop the mining gold. And by the time they hit Castle, they've already got a bank of gold anyways. So. Yeah. I think the big issue with perpetually being in feudal though as well is that you're stuck on one TC for so long, right? That your opponent just outbooms you. Not to mention being out-teched, right?
I mean, at this point you have to make military Travel's position, otherwise it would just die. Its only chance this game was a critical bug from the general, but at least the bug from last game clearly hasn't happened here. We have plus 40 farms for the general. We have the general getting
might be quite a rare bug that actually. It sounds like no one else had seen it before, and so far that's the only game we've seen it happen. Yeah, might be quite rare.
Yeah.
I wonder what caused it.
The tricky thing about rare bugs is that it's hard to figure out what causes them.
Yeah, because it's hard to repeat them. Yeah.
Replicate it.
Yeah. But it probably was something like it got stuck on something, I would imagine. But I don't know what.
I think we can call the admin win within the next 3 minutes if nothing changes here.
Oh, whoops! We didn't have any lag, did we? I just turned it up speed and now it's lagging. Sorry. Yeah, we'll have to go back to normal.
I mean, it's fine. It doesn't matter even if it lags. Because if the game is over, right, it's
we can call
might
it.
as well just find out sooner than later.
Yeah, it seemed I don't think there was any lag when I kept it on normal speed this game, was there?
No, it was fine.
So we should be able to proceed. Yeah.
Yeah, these few skirmishers by the general is enough to idle all of Tribal's ego because they don't get into range of the TC. They do get killed by this one man-at-arms though, it seems.
The funny thing is
now they're
yeah. Tribal might have been able to attack sooner as well if he'd found General sooner, if his scout hadn't frozen. But he was chasing the enemy scout anyway. We can call it now, I think.
Still found the general at a decent time, like... Yeah, just call it. He found the general at, like 12, between 12 and 13 minutes. That's still plenty of time for him to send his army.
True. 1-1. The first game should have been generals, really, though, but it was just bugged, right? But still, general's also lucky. General was unlucky to get the bug the first game, but they're probably also very lucky to get Aztecs 4 times in a row. Yeah. I think a lot of AIs struggle against Meso, don't they? Because also I think
The
that
question is even if
yeah.
if this would have been that much different against a Night Sif here, because
Mhm.
I went into this with the assumption that Tribal wouldn't be able to counter the Eagles very well,
Mhm.
but it actually does quite well. Like it
I think
goes
it just
straight
does it
into the
to.
men at arms.
I think it just does it slightly late, but I guess General doesn't really start producing eagles until it's up to cast. Well, anyway, so maybe not. It's maybe not late.
Well, I think it actually reacted right when it scouted the Eagles,
Mhm.
but it didn't like the general just kept the Eagles back for quite some time.
Yeah.
So but once the tribal saw them, it didn't make any more skirms, and like it did the men at arms take like right after it saw the Eagles.
Mhm. So it probably isn't late. The other thing, though, I think that men at arms are probably. I feel like even though men at arms counter eagles, I feel like spearmen counter cavalry better than men at arms counter eagles because spearmen are cheaper and don't cost gold, right? So I think that men at arms keeps you in feudal a lot longer than when you defend with spearmen, I feel.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I'll put the score up again. Don't know why it doesn't keep it.
Oh yeah.
So first game tribal, second game general. Yeah, tribal has got to win another one, because if tribal doesn't win another game, then general can win with just Aztecs, right?
Yeah. It does have a very good Civ here, tribal.
Yeah, it's a strong eco bonus to start with. Strong
Yeah,
monks,
and
strong
actually,
cavalry.
for an AI that prefers to make full skirm, having 10% extra move speed is quite significant
Yeah, true.
against a unit like an eagle, which is going to spend a lot of its time chasing the skirms, right? Even just running away from the eagles back to the base,
Exactly.
it will lose far less skirms.
Good
So,
point. Yeah.
So the 150 extra food combined with the skirm speed should be very good for tribal this game. It should also mean that tribal will likely have less island TC, like 150 food. Makes it way less likely to have any.
Also feel that if an AI sometimes an AI doesn't get its second more, if that something like that happens, having an extra 150 feed will somewhat counteract losing the second boards, things like that as well. But hopefully that won't happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a
I don't
Red
think
Bull.
It'll happen here. Both boars are pretty close.
I don't. It's quite rare for that to happen with any of the top AIs, isn't it? Hang on. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Good. I'll be back. Let me just put this.
It's very rare to happen on. It's very.
Be right back.
So losing boars for AIs, at least on D, is very rare at this point. Because the Arabia maps generated for DE the past 2 years have way shorter distance spawns of boars to TCs compared to the old user patch Arabia. So makes it far less likely to not scout your boards, though it can obviously still happen. Let's see, we have we don't have the most eventful Dark Age so far. It should be good, right? Both AIs seems to be working without bugs so far. Alright, and Screaming Goose, you say I'm a little quiet. I'll move the mic a bit closer then.
I'm back, sorry for the wait.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I think in the whole tournament I only seen an AI miss its for... It was either one time or two times in the whole tournament, I think.
Maybe maybe you can move your mic slightly further away from you, Philosopher. I think I'm not sure I can turn my mic up that much more. I'll give it a test, but
I can...
I think it is a bit loud as well. Yours.
I can turn it down. I can't adjust the distance because it's built into the laptop, believe it or not. It's for a laptop mic, it's quite good. My better mic...
oh, never mind. I can actually turn up my mic. It should be better now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do that on Discord.
Know why it went back to some...
I can turn you up as well.
It was just the main, the main...
Alright.
Okay. For some reason, the main settings keep getting reset.
Alright.
Mic.
I can turn you up.
Anyway,
do you need me to turn you up on Discord then, if it's getting reset?
I think it should be fine now. Otherwise, I'm sure Screaming Goose will. He says it's better now. So.
Oh, okay.
Let's just get back into the game here. Mm-hmm. Can you check the worker efficiency?
Yeah, sure.
To see if we have any issues so far. See, Tribal having not the best first lumber camp, but at least it's pretty safe. Both of its lumber camps are.
The difference in work efficiency is bigger than last game, but not as big as in the first game.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I think some of that might just be the initial lumber camp of Tribal Warrior being further away.
Mm-hmm.
Like the general has one far lumber camp as well, but the Bills didn't go there. So.
Mm-hmm. Because then you can see that with the moving eco.
It is a very safe.
Tribal spent more time. Its village spent more time walking. Yeah.
And I think the position might end up being good for Tribal, because I don't see the eagles of the general going to those lumber camps until they're basically everywhere in the base anyway.
It's looking like quite a nice map.
They might be led there
for Tribal to attack.
Might be led there. They might be led there if Tribal decides to build a mining camp on its main goal, though.
The berries, got main gold, and this lumber camp are all quite vulnerable for generals, so let's see. And Tribal's done a good job. Well, no,
Tribal started
missed here, but knows where the lumber camp is.
Tribal has a skirmish on the battlefield already here, so and yeah, as you said, it scouted its opponent, so it should have every chance to get a good attack going here.
And because it will know general has no military, so it might attack quite soon.
Yeah, I hope for this series that that Tribal gets a good attack in here. It would be nice to see all 5 games happen.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Tribal win a game without general bugging out as well, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and also to see a game against a non-missile Civ as well.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be great to go to 5 games.
Alright, so we have Tribal moving out here, much earlier than the last time.
This is earlier than the first time as well, I think.
As well.
This is the best attack yet.
Yeah, and will the general...
Question is, will that tower...
I guess the general's tower...
cause issues?
Yeah, it seems to be just in time. But will it... But maybe the Bills can pass it before placing their initial tower? Fortunately, the Bills doesn't give up on building it.
Oh,
it would be a disaster for the general if they did.
Tribal needs to bring its skirms to support this. It's not The skirms aren't supporting its tower.
Oh, yeah, that's not great.
This tower is confusing. I think Tribal was trying to go there, but the tower sends him back. Yeah, it's quite hard to program an AI to go around things, isn't it?
Yeah, now Tribal might have Will stuck inside the walls here. That tends to happen sometimes. And Tribal is going to the wrong lumber camp here with his skirms, unfortunately. So again, it's not the best from Tribal. He's
best so far, but
those
still
walls
not great.
might be trouble for the general. Yeah, those walls that it tried to build may end up being trouble for the general. Some AIs will spend way too long attacking such walls. Leif even said in the chat that he thought the bug might be because there were foreign buildings in the town.
Interesting. This tower, the amount of games I swear Generals won this tournament because of the forward tower they built. It confuses the enemy so much.
Yeah, it's actually not that hard to make the units go around the tower, but I guess with Tribal being
I think it's because it's
very old AI and the code being very messy, it can be harder to reprogram.
Yeah, I think Esty's
issue like that.
Because all three of his main AIs were originally used the patch, he's kind of having to adapt it to DE more now, right? And so I think that's why the STIs tend to struggle with General's towers a bit.
Right, we see some decent micro here from Tribal. It doesn't have enough skirms, unfortunately, to really win this fight, but the faster moving skirms combined with the micro we see here means that it's getting a lot more damage in and losing fewer units than it would have had in the other games at least.
But it's still skirms. Yeah.
Yeah, and we haven't seen any men at arms being created yet, though I think it did take the upgrade because it at least used 90 gold.
Yeah, it's just lacking the gold to produce any.
Yeah. It built a mining camp on the stone as well. I'm not sure if that was intended. Probably not.
That was probably meant to be for the gold, yeah.
So, despite having a good start and despite having a good civ and even a better retreat, it's probably in the worst position it has been at this point in all of the games.
And I think the lack of gold is the issue.
Yeah, but it lacked gold at this point last game as well, actually. However, the general was slower to attack with its units. I think it might actually have been because the skirms were faster. They were able to lead the eagles to
the irony
town rather than just die before getting there.
The irony. When your civ bonus hurts you more than it helps. Probably use the market to get those men at arms out. Yeah, let's use the market.
I mean, it does have 4 belting gold, so I don't think it had to. Men at arms are on 20 gold each. Yeah, we're approaching a situation here where
it's looking very bad.
Farm count of the general is the main comeback mechanic again for Tribal. Does have enough units to push off this.
The funny thing, if it does have the bug again, then it might be foreign buildings in the town that cause it. think the key is if it only builds one, because I remember the time it did above, it built one farm by the second TC, and then it just stopped. Yeah, I think it might have gone up to like 24 or something, but then gone back down to 60.
Oh, it's building a new farm now. Yeah.
Might be fine, yeah.
So it doesn't look to bug out so far.
The game it bugged out was also the game when it added 2 TCs immediately instead of 1. But tribal 5 army when you're a whole age behind and you've only got 2 more army than your opponent. Jamal's going into the passive phase again.
Army and build numbers. I think if both AIs was in Castle Age and the build counts and military counts were even, I would favor tribal. But the lead for the general here is just so big, with it being Castle Age with 2 TCs and Castle Age tech. So tribal really has to not only play well, but have the general.
And of course, the build difference is actually bigger than this because when tribal does go up, their DC will be idle the whole time, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. The actual build difference at this point is around 20.
But because they're a whole age ahead,
or I guess 17. Yeah, 17 because it didn't have the wheelbarrow, the general, so it's still quite significant. And now we see what I was talking about before. The general is attacking the walls in space.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that it would want to attack anyway, but it's
going to slow it down.
Can certainly draw attention that can hurt any eye.
Slow down the general attack. Yeah.
I think I'll go grab some coffee.
Okay.
I'll be back in a second.
Good choice. Yeah. So what I was trying to say is, in a way, the build distance is even bigger than we see here because of the whole age difference. So when tribal finally does research Castle Age, the whole time they're going up to Castle, they won't be producing vills. So it's kind of, as soon as it clicks Castle, it's not going to be long before the vill difference gets even larger. Let's put it this way, if General had stayed in feudal, then the vill count would be even larger, apart from the fact they added TCs, obviously. It's kind of a decent feudal army, but still against Castle Age army, right? And General didn't wait to destroy all the walls before attacking, which is good for them. Yeah. Idling a lot of farming as well, just when tribal won his game castle. It's looking super over. It's looking like to win the set, tribal's going to have to win 2 games in a row. Of course, if tribal does go out here, then really their only chance is, I mean, Adept's the the one remaining SDAI. So that'll be interesting. But I didn't expect Dremel to be doing so well against Tribal, actually. I think it's because Tribal goes full skirms initially instead of mixing in archers is part of the reason they struggle more than Barbie and that. It's looking super yeah, General seemed to only have that farm bug the one time. It's actually building farms around the extra mills. I think we can call it here, really. Let's go to what's hopefully not the final game. I'll just check chat.
Alright.
Hello, this is looking, I'm just about to call the GG here. It's looking very over.
You can call it.
Yeah. I'm just
I think you could have called a few minutes ago from what I see.
I'm just checking chat. Okay, just seeing if there was any questions or anything. Okay, let's call this then. Isn't really anything for me to respond to. I hope people are enjoying the games and that. I'll do this here, and then when I go to the next game, I'll have to do it anyway. So it was a winter tribal, then general again.
So I'll just check the winner of this match is going to face Panda Tutorial AI. it seems. So I guess at this point it looks like the general is the favorite to take this.
Yeah, Tribal's only chances to win the next two games in a row. Meaning this one and the next one. Although it'd be interesting if Tribal does manage to win this one, then we will get the first game where General isn't as sexy. And it'd be Huns against Goths, the final game.
Yeah, it would be fun to see. Not sure if Esty just spoiled this game or if he just made a prediction.
Oh, he doesn't. I'm the only one with the Rex, so even I don't know. No one knows.
Right. Okay.
Because I was out tab when I did it. Yeah, no one knows the results.
All right.
He's just guessing.
So let's see. I guess.
I mean, because even the first
I
game
really
was the
like,
same, really, wasn't it? It was just the
I
bug.
like Teutons here for,
Yeah, me too.
for the general again.
The Teutons were already quite strong in many ways, and they have been buffed significantly recently. Well, on DE, I mean.
Yeah, that extra melee armor in Castle Age against the Eagles
Mm-hmm.
should, like, if the game isn't already lost at that point,
It
should
make a huge difference, yeah.
It should make quite a difference.
Mm-hmm. And obviously 40 wood farms was already really good. 35 wood farms is like... It's a lot of wood savings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Teutonic... I think the only other buff is I think Teutonic Knights move slightly faster than they used to or something. Still pretty slow.
Yeah.
But it probably won't come to that.
Yeah, the farms are better, and the
Mm-hmm.
farms are better, and they get extra melee armor on their melee units,
Mm-hmm.
and faster Teutonic Knights.
Mm-hmm. It's quite nice.
I think it's a fairly well-balanced civ at this point.
Mhm.
Teutons. They're seen in pro games, but it's not like anyone's complaining they're too strong either. So
Mm-hmm.
probably right where they're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think the only civ for me, Burmese needs a change other than the most recent change with Burmese is they gave their elephants more armor again, and it's like for me it's everything else. The civs, the elephants are fine. It's everything else about the civ that needs fixing. If the enemy goes full arbalest, Burmese are pretty much doomed. That's the issue. But other than Burmese, I'd
I
say
guess
a lot of civs are in a good
of
place,
the
really.
strengths are
Mm-hmm.
all of their strengths are either for arena or the late game. So
Yeah. They're quite one-dimensional, but so's Goths, eh?
I mean, they still have a quite a decent eco bonus
Mhm,
with upgrades,
mhm.
but it's just that most of the other civs that were bad like a year ago has been buffed.
Exactly, and I think that
suddenly-
yeah, it's all relative. I think it's also like they're really good on arena, but they're still not like one of the. There's still quite a few arena civs that are better than Burmese, so I think that yeah, they could do with a few buffs now. Personally, I think the only change in the history of TE that I haven't liked is I preferred the original Arambai to the newer ones that you know, they do more like they're like more accurate, but they do less damage or something. You know, they're better against range units than they used to be, but they're not as powerful damage it is. I like the original Ramban
they're
now.
basically just better in high numbers and worse in low numbers.
Yeah, yeah. And I always
against
felt
units
like
at
the
least.
power spike.
And also their foul.
Yeah. Yeah.
The reason they did this, by the way, was because they were way too strong against buildings,
Mhm.
which meant that they could totally snowball on maps like Arena.
Right.
I think that was the main reason they changed them.
Mhm. But yeah, I think it's normally
So,
you
I think-
you didn't have to get such a bash before they could be effective sooner, couldn't they? But yeah.
I guess they could maybe just make them a bit cheaper now, honestly, because
Mhm.
the original Arambai when Burmese first came out were completely broken
Mhm.
and were much cheaper than they are now, and
Mhm.
even much stronger than.
Since now conquistadors, they're just like a weaker conquistador now, really, aren't they? Yeah.
I think they're quite different still. To be honest.
Especially since the recent change,
The
yeah.
fact that they don't cost food.
Mhm. Yeah, that's helpful.
I think just making the Arambai slightly cheaper and
Mhm.
giving Burmese something extra for their early game, I think would bring them into a good spot.
I wouldn't be against giving them siege onager or something
Yes.
to deal with arbalest means.
That wouldn't change anything. Like Burmese late game is fine. They need something for their early game.
Yeah.
If Burmese gets pop cap, then they're above average, I would say. It's anything before that which can be problematic.
Like a civ that does a quick early imp with arbalest, like Japanese or Vikings or something. They have trouble dealing with that. And I guess you wouldn't have siege onager really then anyway. Yeah.
Alright, let's get back into the game here.
Sorry.
We have a very similar situation to the last game, except that's an outpost. I thought Tribal was making a tower there for a second.
Interesting. It seems. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if Tribal's got less units out or not.
Yeah, it does. It does have fewer units. It had. It's like a minute later than last game. I think it.
Yeah, last game it hit at 10:30. I think it was when it hit feudal.
I think it spent more food on farms this game, which made it have less wood left for scrap production. That should also mean that its castle age should be quicker. The question is, how fast will it scout the eagles, and how many skirms will it make?
Yeah, I really think a difference maker would be if Tribal's able to get to castle a lot quicker than it has been in these games. That would make the game a lot closer, right?
I don't think it'll do anything.
Flush doesn't do. Its flush never really does much. Yeah.
Yeah, but also it's flush. It's making
Against eagles.
Fewer units, and making them later here. So. Oh, but it changed its mind. I think it might even. Did it just?
Looks like it cancelled men at
I
arms.
don't know if it like.
But then the gold. Where's the gold gone?
No, it didn't cancel.
It finished it maybe.
It made it.
Yeah.
I was unsure whether it cancelled the skirms in queue. But, I don't think an old AI would do something like that. But yeah, if it keeps its skirms back now.
Yeah, it's like its skirms being late could have actually helped it, but if it kept them back at base.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Ville's bugging out to the tower again. This actually hurts its eco quite a bit.
The amount of times that the general tower has confused some AIs, you know. Yeah. Well,
I wonder if Tribal would like how this scenario would play out on user patch. If it's just
you might do a better job with the
how
towers.
much of this is SSD related. I can tell that going from DE to user patch, there's hundreds of bugs like this that will just pop out of nowhere.
Yeah, I've heard going that way is even harder or something.
Though it's not as bad. Yeah. But it's also very hard to pinpoint what is going wrong, right? Because everything is supposedly working. You have tested everything multiple times, so finding out where the bug is can be tricky. But fortunately for Tribal, it seems to bring its military back. I think it still has its villagers forward, though.
Yeah, those villagers are just going to be idle and dead. It's a good thing Shootings have a good eco to make up for all this. But at least Tribal's not lost army.
It's gonna lose. No, but it's gonna lose its second build to the tower soon here. Unless the army can tank.
But I think they're going to be idle until they die. Oh, are they going back? Maybe they're going back. Just I was about to say they'll be idle till they die anyway. Travel is sending them back. Something's unbugged it, but it's still. It's not delete the tower though.
I think it. I'd imagine that. I'd imagine it has something like a timer. If the tower isn't built within a certain time period, it would give up on it.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not deleted it though to get its turn back.
An easy old school way to do it. It'll probably delete it later.
I guess as long as it does it before it needs stone, I guess it's fine. This is looking. Yeah, Tribal, so it's doing infantry upgrades and stuff, so he's going to be really far from castle again. Unfortunately, it looks like we might not see a non-missile game.
It's the right call.
I mean, you just die.
Skirms of Tribal is chasing one eagle in the back of the base rather than being at TC and defending here.
Oh dear.
This is something Barbarian would do very differently. It's quite decent at keeping all its units close to the TC and getting some security that way. It still could use more DUC in its defense, but it's definitely better than what Tribal is doing here. Having a lot of its army and not really doing anything.
Also, obviously, if they sit in the TC, then they're less likely to die as well from needles.
Yeah, it's losing its men-at-arms one at a time here. And unlike the last two games, the eagle numbers aren't really dwindling due to the ranged units not doing anything.
And I agree, prolonging the feudal and making men-at-arms is better than trying to go castle and just dying, but it's still neither's ideal, right? You don't want to delay castle too long either, so it's an issue either way, I think.
Yeah. It's certainly a better position for Tribal now than last game, but it's still bad.
Yeah. Because I think the key thing against the castle, fast castle strategy is so greedy. The counter to it is to do more damage sooner, really, isn't it?
Yep.
And that's what Tribal's failed to do, unfortunately.
Finally, after 3 minutes, Tribal's army is actually doing something now. The ranged army, that is.
Yeah. Also in a nice position where the season protection.
Had it just had its units there for the past 3 minutes, it maybe have killed all these eagles actually.
Yeah.
Because the eagles won't run closer to the TC. So.
Yeah, they're just back and forth, so there is some luck there. Tribal happened to run into the scout and then was chasing it for God knows how long. And if that scout hadn't been there at that time, they might have had their army here sooner. Funny.
I did find the woodcutters, however, now of Tribal, so Tribal's gonna lose more rails here, and even though it's closing in on Castle H, it's looking very similar to last game overall.
Yeah. Oh, poor Tribal. I actually expected Tribal to win this series. I didn't.
I think before I saw the triple meso, I did as well. When I saw all the meso picks, I think I favored the general. Though I am very surprised how little damage.
Yeah, I thought that the forward tower and the skirms were going to be doing a lot more than they did. And I often think that the general tower, the amount of times the general tower stopped Tribal's tower is a lot of the issue as well.
Yeah, I use Tribal as, I think, apart from Chromie, I think Tribal is the AI I've used the most to test against. The Rehoboam. The older versions of Rehoboam was obviously much more defensive, so Tribal was a very good AI to test against to see how much pressure it could take. And usually it was like it was way better at doing aggression against Rehoboam, but obviously Rehoboam wouldn't go Eagles, go ranged units. So
and did Rehoboam build the tower as well?
Yeah, it built the tower as well, which did help, but Tribal would always get like 20, 30 plus ranged units at some point and just have an overwhelming force. But this doesn't happen here.
You see, Tribal eventually adds archers, but I think that even adding archers sooner would have helped, even though the Eagles counter archers. The archers do a lot better against Eagles than Skirms do, and that might have helped in these games.
This is quite interesting, actually. I don't think Tribal has had this many ranged units taking the general in the other games. So the question is if we can have a situation here where there is...
And Tribal is up to castle.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's
time,
losing its ranged units now, Tribal.
It's still in a terrible position, but doing better than the last few games, I'd say.
If only it had a bit more men-at-arms there, we could have had a situation where just a small number of Eagles would have died to the ranged units.
And of course, the issue is the villager lead is huge as well. Does that?
Yeah. It seems like the general is retaking the military lead here, and I don't think it'll lose it, judging from the farm count and the villager count.
But I'd say this is the best Tribal's done apart from the game where General bugged out. And I think that was only because of the bugging out. It seems that... I think it's because Tribal's a full Skirm AI initially. Is part of the reason why they struggle with the General going Eagles.
Assuming this game will be for the general, I would actually like to just watch the last game on like 8 times speed or something, maybe without capture H, since it's gonna lag.
Yeah,
anyway.
we can do that. Yeah, just out of curiosity.
Just to see if it makes any difference. Yeah.
That'd be quite fun, actually.
I think even if the general didn't make any more farms this game, I think I don't see Tribal having any way back.
Well,
It's just too far behind here.
I don't think that it's having that issue either.
Yeah.
You can call it, I think.
I would say let's give it 1 to 2 minutes and then call it.
Unfortunately, Tribal doesn't have any army, and it's got half the villagers.
In the chat they're asking what happened to the general's tower. I actually don't know. It might have been might have been destroyed.
I don't know. I didn't see. Yeah.
Actually, we can check in the statistics, military. It should say whether or not Tribal has killed any buildings.
That's a good point.
So if you click the capture its icon, it should be there.
Yeah, 1 raising for Tribal. So Tribal destroyed the tower.
Yeah. So I guess
maybe the villagers, the forward villagers, bashed it down or something.
I don't think so. I think it had
some... Oh, men-at-arms, right, yeah.
It had some men-at-arms charging forward at one point. They do a lot of bonus damage against
That's a good
buildings,
point, yeah. Well, yeah, let's call it now. They've got
probably the most likely.
less than half the vills and 0 army. And villagers are all idling here. Yep. We'll just
call it.
the
and I guess the score is 3-1, no matter no matter what the 5th game says. But,
Yeah.
It'll be fun to find out.
It will be fun to find out. So 3-1 to Gemma. We'll check.
I mean, we could also do the general. Would you like to cast the general versus Panda tutorial AI as well?
I'm fine to keep going as long as you are. You seem to have some free time.
Well, I just
and I don't
I
sleep.
just had
so.
a coffee, so I'm not. It's not like I'm going to sleep anyway.
Oh right, yeah, good. Well, I've just had like 3 Red Bulls, so I'm not either.
All right.
I mean, it was funny because in Discord, someone was like, "Isn't that really bad for your health?" And I felt like saying, "My health's already really bad from it." The damage has been done, man, and then it's only downhill from here. Okay. I just recommend that no one. I'm an example of what not to do with your life. An anti-role model.
I just became a doctor, so hopefully I can be a bit more of a good example. Yes.
Nice. A medical doctor.
Yes, medical doctor.
But you've got more compassion than Dr. House, probably.
What?
You've probably got more compassion than Dr. House.
Than Dr. House?
House. House.
Oh, House.
Yeah.
Oh. Hopefully most doctors have that.
Yeah. I'm gonna. So we'll do that next set, and then there's also Promi against Barbarian that we can do as well, if you want. We could do that afterwards as well if you want. I'm gonna.
I will. If you get up the last game, I will. I'll post on the Discord chat that we might do those now.
Sure. So I'm gonna load up. We could watch on 8x the. I'm just gonna use the toilet, and then on it we could watch on 8x the Huns against Goths 5th game, just for fun. Be back.
Yep. You can also ask the stream which what they would prefer. So chat, would you like to see Promi versus Barbarian, or the General versus Panda tutorial, or would you prefer we wait until we can we have recorded games so we can use Capture Age? And I will also ask on Discord for this.
I'm back.
Yep.
You see, on the actual game, I don't get any lag. It's just Capture Age. Oh, Tribal's got its tower up. What a difference maker. Even got its tower up before General hit castle.
Yeah, and actually it seems to do a lot of damage with its military as well. Though
If Tribal wins this, I could just say Civ wins.
Tribal does seem to build too little
spearmen.
Spears here still. But,
what I do is
so far
when my opponent's in castle with knights and I'm still in feudal and no mendix, I usually add a second barracks. Do you think that's a good move?
I don't think that should work against the real player. But might be okay against an AI doing a lot of cavalry.
Yeah, because I mean, against a really good player, spearmen don't even count knights that much because they just use the mobility so well. Good player, don't they? It's much easier to take better fights against AIs.
Well, it seems like
General might still win it.
The General is winning here as well.
So, thankfully, we're not going to say it was Civ wins. But Tribal definitely did better.
No, because even this game it actually seems like Tribal did its actual flush like it wanted to.
Yeah.
It still wasn't enough.
It did it kind of performed well, and
though I do think the fact that you can produce eagles before reaching Castle Age may have been part of why it wasn't able to get the numbers to the enemy base in time.
Yeah, but also there is also that Huns has probably got a better eco than Goths, but still, Goths is not a bad civ. For AIs at least. I mean, I think that it's a better civ for AIs than for humans. Yeah.
I mean, for this situation, it should be a great civ, right? Because it wants to counter the knights. But
yeah, so cheap spearmen.
Make enough spears.
Yeah,
here.
That's exactly right. Yeah, the spearmen will be even cheaper, so they should have made loads. In fact, that's extra reason to add a second barrack, I guess, because these spearmen are so cheap. It's even cheaper than Byzantine spearmen, I think. Goth spearmen.
Yeah.
So yeah.